We're live now again. Back at it. So tonight's drill is we're gonna paint this stencil on it. Maybe get a coat of clear on it and ink it up. And wait for it to dry, and then tomorrow will be the final coats of clear, and then we'll start the buffing. So I need to find paper. Here we go. I don't know what I'm going to do for paint. I don't think I have any black here, so we'll see what I got. Stencil didn't lay down real good here for some reason. The compound curves got it, so I'm going to have to be careful while I'm spraying there so it doesn't bleed under. I don't have any of the yellow clear, so it's gonna be a little off. It's gonna be a little brighter until the sun gets after it. All I got is crystal clear. I'll look again, but see that this airplane wasn't painted with non-tauntning. It was painted with tauntning dope. And tauntning dope has a slight yellowish tinge to it, so turn the rest of the airplane off-white. But we don't care. Out in the sun, it'll be fine. Basically quit buying the taunting clear. It's the same price. There we go. We don't have to worry about the paint gun. We'll paint that with the airbrush because it's not very big. I don't dare ink it without any clear on it though, because you make a mistake on white paint with ink and it's stained. Uh-oh, sound of the jungle. Natives are restless. pay attention. Okay, let me see what I got down here for paint. I got Miss Ashley. We don't want to do it in red. I'd rather have black. I think all my black that I have is actually, this is either brown or black one. Insignia white. Oh, primer. That's no good. I'm gonna throw all this shit out. Here's yellow. Could do a top in yellow and outline it with the ink pen. That'd be cool. That's what color there. That is red. I got lots of red. And we'll see what's in this can. This might be maroon. We certainly don't want maroon. What can we paint? I got that shop line green. I don't know what color this is. Looks pretty dark. This is old time stuff. It got that weird smell to it. Ah, it is black. We be jamming. I had some black paint that had to be, I'd say 40 years old, and it smells entirely different. I'm kind of out of it now, though. Okay. I bet you guys didn't know that Randolph made Aerogloss, did you? So I'm told. And you know, I wiped that out yesterday. Why is that stuck there? Oh, shit. I'm thinking about pinstriping around these letters too with a brush, just to add some old time flavor. Okay, let's see what happens. Come on, where'd that top go? I just had it in my hand. There it is. Hey, John. Yeah, it turned out perfect. It's you can't tell. We'll let that set up a minute or two. You got your airplane painted, John? I took a whole cupful there. Pretty thin stuff. You wonder why am I painting away? Because the stencil is kind of puckered up right there, and if you spray this direction, it won't weep underneath. That's it. That's it. I got enough to do a little bit more. I'm gonna have to buy some black, another quart. But this old time black, you can ask John. It has a different smell to it. It's really strange. I think that lot is 40 years old. Okay, get some thinner run through this. So this is our 5th hour into this repair. And most of that was talking, so you could probably do this in 3 hours. Of course, that doesn't include waiting on paint to dry. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah. House repairs has me pretty tied up. The new garage roof leaks. Had 2 leaks. I fixed one. I'm gonna have to fix the other one tomorrow when I can get up there. Must have an exposed nail somewhere. I hate roof. But I have to do everything myself because I ain't got any money. Barely shit kind of went in debt just to pay for the material. I was debt free when I left there. Now I'm upside down again about 4,000. You can't win. After the summer, I'll go back to work. I got enough saved up to last me through if I'm frugal. That's why you guys need to get that money in for server time, or bandwidth time, because I don't have the money to afford it. If you want to see me stream it. Yeah. Okay, we got that part done. Now, let's see what we want to do here. Pretty much dry. Hey, John, next month I'm going to swing by. You're going to Brodax, right? Pick up the dope. The stuff I got there. I'll bring the trailer. Okay, now, let's see if we can get this off without ripping the paper. So we are going to heat it up a little bit because it's pretty sticky on there for some reason. All right. Doesn't take a whole lot of heat to get this stencil material to come up. Just warm it up. I could have put the Dr. Pepper back on there. I just didn't feel like it. Yeah, we got the hard part off. We got the hard part off without, hey, good evening, Jeff. We got the hard part off without ripping the covering or anything, so now it's a matter of picking the little spots. This paint is pretty green. It's it's only a day old. It's still feels kind of rubbery. It's not hard yet. That's why I used heat, because I start pulling on it, it'll damn sure pull up something. There we go. Okay. Should have been a surgeon. Last one's going to give me a fit. Damn. Sure enough, it's stuck on there. I know. Heat it a little bit and see what happens. Can't get on it. Yay. Got it. Okay. I can't clear it because I got to card it. So it's going to I can't clear it tonight. Can't card it, and I can't ink it. So gonna have to wait till tomorrow to get inked and cleared. However, tomorrow I can card it, clear it, and ink it all in the same day. We'll get 3 coats of clear on it tomorrow. and then the repair is done. But if you look at it, you cannot tell where it was repaired. I mean, you can't feel it, you can't see it. The only thing that gives it away is this wing is a little brighter white. And that's because of that non-tautening, or because of the tautening clear, because it yellows a little bit. And this airplane's been in the sun for a season. So I figure I'll look and see if I got any of the regular clear. If I do, I'll use it. And if not, well, we'll just use the non-tautening and hope that it fades a little bit. This repair, I also got to get out the hanger rash that was on the leading edge. It had a couple of dents in there, so, you know, they're gone now. This airplane's a nice airplane. John's seen it fly. You know, doesn't fly quite as, I don't like it quite as well as the Junar, but I didn't really work with it. You know, I'm going to move the CG back this year. I'm going to take this muffler off and run a tongue muffler on it, see if I can get it to turn a little better. And if that doesn't do it, I'll take this spinner off and run run my Medusa spinner on there. And, you know, that'll move the CG back so you get a little more snap turn. I like to be able to come down over the wing over. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, nobody teaches nothing. I just hope you guys can use what I show. Trust me, when I was growing up, everything was a secret. Nobody would tell you shit. What'd you use on that? Paint? Yeah, okay, great. What'd you cover it with? Paper? All right. I can't tell you how many 50-ounce Noblers I built for green box kits. 50 and up. Because as a kid, I didn't realize that I could change the wood out. I just used kit wood, and they were always a turd. I had this Skylark one time. It was a massive monster. It was heavy. I mean, I had fun. I really wasn't, I don't know, in the 70s, I really wasn't much into competition. I think I flew my first contest at Whittier and Arrows. And back then they didn't have beginner, intermediate, expert. You know, it was junior, senior, open. And I think I was a junior at the time. I was flying a Nobler Junior with a Vico 19 on it. And I could fly it pretty damn good. Nowhere near like Bill Noyes, Tom Ward, and those guys, but I had a lot of fun with that airplane. I've had so many airplanes in my life, I've lost count. Same with motorcycles. I guess in the last 30 years, I've had more airplanes. I had 6 motorcycles, 7 motorcycles, and in the last 30 years, because I basically quit riding about 2010 or so, 10 or 11. Anyway, as far as airplanes go in the last 30 years, at least 5 a year. So how many is that? 3 times 5. That's 150 airplanes. Shit. Slowed down on that too when I moved to Dayton, but I did build. Let's count the airplanes I built out of Dayton. Let's see. I built the Profile. I built 2 Junars. P-47. I built this one. That's 5. No, the High Roller. That's 6. I don't know. I'll have to go over there and look and see which ones were built in Dayton. I don't, as far as airplanes go, I don't keep them really. I sell them, trade them, whatever. Everything's got a price. Everything's for sale. I built a Continental for Jerry out of there. I'd say in the 5 years that I was in Dayton, I built 8 to 10 airplanes, I think. Lost count. They're all on the stream, so you can go back and look. You guys got any questions about what I did tonight? I mean, you saw how easy it was. Spray it on and peel it off. I've given an instruction on the US cutter. I had a hard time setting up the US cutter on my new computer. I didn't want to take the printer. But I got it. As my buddy John says there, it's only wood. Just cut it away and add a piece and put some glue on it and slop some putty on it and sand it and paint it. I'm real happy with it. You can't feel it. This turned out better than the repair I did on the Junar. Perfect. Perfect. Just the new ribs in there. You can't tell the difference. It's got a new spar right here. It's a D-tube right here. It don't matter. You can run it. You can run a D-tube all the way out to about right here because you're not worried about the lead outs. Because yeah, I see guys adjusting lead outs all the time. Shit, I think I get it set and that's it. I forget it. I wish I could. If you built the same airplane over and over again, you wouldn't even have to have adjustable lead outs. Just set them where they go and forget it. I think that's what Yatsenko does. There's no adjustable lead outs on them either. You get what you get. Tip weight, kind of know what it takes. I think it's got a 1/4 ounce in it. I got to work on the wheels next. I don't know if I should turn it upside down or not. Oh, what are we bumping on? Oh. I'll give you a close-up of this. Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to sand that. It's got a little primer spot on it. Get that sanded off. I'll wait till I get some 1000 grit though on it, and it'll just melt right off. Here's a close-up of the repair. You can't tell. What did I take off of there? Oh, I know. I must have taken them bushings off. I got some new tires for these things. I get 2.5s on it. Dope will stick to acro green because acro green is lacquer. The only time you have compatibility problems is when you're trying to go from enamel to lacquer. So heed this, you can paint enamel over lacquer. You can't paint lacquer over enamel. You can paint Sig dope over aerogloss. You can paint, no, wait a minute. Yeah, you can paint Sig dope over aerogloss. You can paint any kind of dope over aerogloss. You can't paint aerogloss over anything. That includes urethane. I mean, you put that on your car and it'll peel your car paint up because it's got xylene in it. The chemicals in lacquer are chemical bond, meaning that it melts what's below it. So if they're compatible, lacquer to lacquer, it melts from one layer to the next. So enamel, which is plastic, the lacquer attacks the plastic. But because it's so low VOCs in enamels, you can paint that over anything. It don't matter. And enamels, when I say enamels, that's urethane. All your automotive paints, they're all enamel type base. Anything that uses reducer. And they want to get away from anything that uses lacquer thinner because it causes cancer. Well, if I were to die tomorrow from cancer, I've had a good run, whatever. I don't believe it was the dope that caused it. But the repair turned out absolutely perfect. This line right here, I carded it. I'll card it again before. I might even come back with some 1000 grit sandpaper tomorrow before I put any clear on it. We'll go over that. You can still feel that line. But you're going to have that line anyway. Doesn't matter, Yeah, it's, when Dan saw it, he said, man, I take a look and you got a great big hole in your wing. Well, how else are you going to do it and make it look right? And truth be known, I didn't do it exactly correct. The exact correct way to do this would have been to take the paper all the way off to here, but I didn't want to repaint this stuff. Would have been to open this up and paper all the way from that line out. Because, I mean, I can see it here, the blend. There's a blend right here where that silk span laid down, but I'll get a coat of clear on it and I'll sand that and it'll go away more or less. And so will this line. I got flashing on that. I got to be honest with you, it really helped to have the DC 540 to help me along with it. It made it fast. You could do this. You can do the same thing without DC 540. It just takes a long time to do. Because John and I quit using primer altogether. We don't use it at all. It just takes twice as much sanding. Ron O'Toole always told me that I would get away from primer. He also said that I would get away from putting tissue on stuff on the wood. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Because when you don't lay tissue down, first day in the sun, the grain sucks in and pops up. And I like to use fiberglass on the nose too. I mean, because the nose of my airplane feel like a bowling ball or a baseball bat. They're solid, you know. And in order to get a good stunt run, you got to have a solid nose. And I try to run the motor bearers back and touch the wing so that the vibration of the engine is distributed throughout the wing. The bell crank is locked in the fuselage through the wing, through the compression spar, and through the fuselage. So you try to lock everything together using the least amount of wood. You know, if you just, in the old days, we used like perfect bell cranks attached to a plywood floor. One bolt sticking up and the bell crank sticking on it on a plywood floor. And used to try to brace them up with 1/4-inch square and this, that, and the other. What a Mickey Mouse system. Now, I never had a bell crank pull out because I really reinforced them. But it's Mickey Mouse. And the floating bell crank, I don't know who came up with that, but I started doing that, and that's the way to go. Because you have to pull the bell crank through the fuselage. The bell crank would have to pull right through the side of the fuselage. And that's basically attached to the motor mount, because if you watch my videos, I superfill inside the fuselage so that it locks the motor mounts into the wing, the bell crank into the wing, everything is locked in. That's the least amount, and that superfill is super light. It's, you know, it's like 5-pound balsa. It's good stuff. Man, this thing's dirty. It's dirty. When this dries up some, I'll turn it upside down and take this muffler off and get a tongue muffler on it. Got to work on the wheels. I don't have any of them Super John wheels. I'm out of wheels, out of the good ones. I don't think there's any on that Supermarine. I think I stole them off that. All right, well, I'm just rambling on. Unless you guys got a question, I guess we'll end the stream. I'll wait a minute here while you guys figure out if you want to ask me something. Dead air. I hate that. Dead air. All right, I guess that's going to do it for today. I'm back tomorrow. I'll try to come on a little bit earlier so I can get more done. Maybe I'll do it twice tomorrow. Well, tonight, as this dries out, I'll cart it off. And then tomorrow, it needs a coat of clear to seal the white. And then I'll re-ink it to match the other side. And then shoot a couple coats of clear on it. And then this repair is done. Then of course the polishing, that takes a while too. Sand it all out. If you rub on them long enough, they fix them right up. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. Thanks for the super chat, Jeff. See ya.